This is a brief unboxing video of the latest Linn Majik LP12 turntable. The Majik LP12's had a couple of recent upgrades, so let's have a look at what these components look like. As you can see, the Majik LP12 is delivered to us, the dealer, in component form. We assemble it, set it up, calibrate it, and then deliver it to you as the customer. Let's have a look what's in the boxes. So the first box is actually the lid. It's the usual styrofoam packaging. So we've got the lid, comes in a protective sheath with the Linn logo and mouldings for the hinges. And inside the box we've also got the components to fix the lid to the plinth. So there's the hinge brackets that go on the back of the plinth and the actual hinges themselves. So let's have a look now at the main components. The Majik LP12 actually comes more assembled than most. You looked at an Accurate and a Climax LP12, that would arrive to us in as many more components that then get assembled. The Majik LP12, as we'll see, it's got some level of pre-assembly, but let's just have a look what's in the box. Okay, so here's the box. Let's just have a quick look what we can find. So you can see what's going on. We've got a safety information packaging here. There's a card here which contains all the different components for fixing, so various sets of screws, set screws, 45 RPM adapter, a clip for the cable, and various screws and washers for the baseboard. Instructions for the carousel bearing. Here we have got the arm board, so this is where the arm collar will go, the tonearm will sit in this, and this will be attached to the sub-chassis. The Addict moving magnet cartridge, mains power cable, bottle of oil to lubricate the carousel bearing. In here we have the inner platter. This sits in the centre of the turntable and is inserted once we've taken the protective cover off inside the carousel bearing. We have a signal cable, so this is the tonearm cable. Signal comes from the bottom of the tonearm out towards your preamplifier phono stage. This box out. Okay, so here we have the first of the major changes. This is the Krane tonearm, introduced in late 2020 onto the Majik LP12. Comes in a protective box, and here you can see the components for the Krane tonearm. So we've got the counterweight. We've got the arm collar, we've got various Allen keys and fixing bolts, and it also comes with a Linn stylus force gauge, a very simple mechanical device. And then we've also got the actual tonearm itself, which if I lift out here, you can see. So this is manufactured to Linn's specification by Clear Audio. And this obviously is going to fit inside the arm collar like so when it's on the turntable. This is the anti-skating weight here. Actually it operates by a series of magnets, one in the end of the device here and then here, which just provide the anti-skating force necessary. Put that on one side. Okay, so this is the actual partially assembled LP12. As you can see, this one is a walnut plinth. Top plate's already fitted, the motor's already fitted, belt guide, mains power switch. Second of the most recent major upgrades, and that's the carousel bearing here. You can just see the top of it, and the rubber bung to stop oil leaking out when it's filled. And then here you can just see the actual sub-chassis. So the arm board that we just saw previously, that gets screwed on here. Now that we've had a look at the units in their cellophane, let's just take the remaining packaging off and just see how the components will fit together. So this is a card which includes all the actual components needed to fit the items to the Majik LP12, various screws, set screws, 45 RPM adapter, P-clip inner, clamp, some more screws to retain the base, washers and some extra washers for the baseboard. Next we've got the arm board, out of its wrapping now, but you can see nice Linn logo, mounting holes for the arm collar, the bottle of oil for the to fill the carousel bearing. This is the signal cable for the tone arm. This bit goes in the bottom of the arm, this bit connects to your phono preamp. A close-up of the inner platter, protective cover, and here we can see the famous Linn single point bearing that rests on the bottom of the carousel bearing and provides the smooth rotation that the LP12 is famous for. We've got the Linn moving magnet cartridge ready to be fitted to the tone arm. So here we've got the tone arm components. This is the arm collar, that's going to fit in there, be bolted with 3 returning set screws. Then the actual tone arm itself, that's obviously going to fit in here like so. I've got our mains cable for UK. Okay, so I've taken the LP12 plinth out of its wrapping. You can see the components a bit more easily now. You've got the sub-chassis which is already pre-assembled into the top plate. We've got the motor fitted here, a belt guide, the carousel bearing, you can see the top of here, the rubber bung for the oil, make sure we don't spill any, mains power switch here. The actual inner platter, when we've put oil in it, is going to fit in here like so. So a couple of items that we didn't get out of the box originally. There's the outer platter, which obviously sits on the inner platter like so. We've also got the felt mat which goes on the top between the record, drive belt which will go around this spindle, around the belt guide and around the actual platter like so. Obviously the assembly that happens, the arm board will be fitted in here like so. The tone arm will be fitted to the collar like so. The cartridge will be fitted on the end of the tone arm, etc. So I've just flipped the LP12 over now. You can see the baseboard and the feet. If I just remove the feet, I'll just remove the baseboard. And inside the LP12 you can obviously see the base of the motor here. This is the sub-chassis in here, and these are the 3 suspension components. So as the turntable moves, it provides the acoustic isolation. And here we've got the Majik power supply built in, driving the motor. And we'll have a mains cable comes in and feeds into here. This is a P-clip here with a signal cable, so there'll be a signal cable that goes into the bottom of the tone arm, round here and then out through the back of the deck. Okay, so I've laid everything out on the table now, and you can see all the components. So everything's here apart from the lid and the baseboard. So we'll just start over here. So obviously we've got the signal cable, tone arm cable, addict cartridge, inner platter, the new Krane tonearm, card here with all the various components and 45 RPM adapter, mains cable, rubber feet for the base, arm board, lid hinges and brackets, felt mat, drive belt, outer platter, and then the main LP12 itself with the sub-chassis fitted, motor, belt guide and the carousel bearing. Hope you found that interesting. Brief overview of what goes into a Majik LP12. Next stage for us is for us to assemble this, and maybe we'll do a video on that. Come and visit Ripcaster and see the whole Linn range. Thanks for watching.